What's up, guys? Today we will talk about Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. What is the difference between Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash? Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash share similarities that go beyond their names. Bitcoin is the first cryptocurrency to have ever been created and is often seen as digital gold or Gold 2.0. The cryptocurrency is treated as a store of value and inflation hedge. Bitcoin Cash, on the other hand, is a cryptocurrency meant to serve as digital cash, with its supporters trying to ensure that it's cheap and easy to use. Bitcoin Cash was created through what's called a hard fork of Bitcoin, which means both sets share a transaction history, common code base, and more. A hard fork is a radical upgrade to open source software behind the blockchain of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. It occurs when a permanent divergence from blockchain latest version is created and some of the computers running the network no longer meet consensus. This creates a fork on the blockchain where one side keeps following the old rules and the second side follows a new set of rules. This is what happens to the Bitcoin blockchain in August 2017. To understand why a portion of the community decided to alter the blockchain in such a way, it's worth taking a step back and to look at Bitcoin's scaling debate. The Bitcoin scaling debate. Since its inception, questions surrounding Bitcoin's ability to scale effectively and become a widespread global currency have been floating around. The cryptocurrency's use of blockchain technology allow it to be decentralized and censorship resistant. Still, the novel technology has a significant trade-off. The volume of transactions that the Bitcoin blockchain can process per second, its transaction throughput. Payment provided Visa, for example, currently processes 150 million transactions per day, which leads to an average of 1,000 transactions per second. The company say its capability would even allow it go as far as 24,000 transactions per second. The Bitcoin blockchain in its current state manages to handle around 7 transactions per second. The difference is staggering and was understood as the number of users on the network grows since each transaction essentially consists of data. The data is stored on the blockchain, which can be seen as a chain of blocks of data. Each block on the Bitcoin network is limited to 1 megabyte of data. As demand on the network grows, a backlog of unconfirmed transactions looking to be included in blocks smart forming. This backlog had at some points over 100 transactions waiting to be confirmed. The way the network determines which transaction goes out and which don't is based on the fee attached to each transaction. The higher the fee, the faster the transaction is processed. When the network is clogged and competition for the limited space grows, transaction fees surge to the point that one transaction could be set a user back as much as 58 pricing some users out of the network. To solve Bitcoin's capability issues, the community split into two major solutions. One was to increase the block size to allow more transactions to fit in each block, while the other was to maintain a 1 megabyte block size and scale via layer 2 solution. Both solutions have trade-offs, and the division their proposals created in community only grow over time as each side started accusing the other of some form of manipulation. The debate ultimately led to the hard fork. Uh, how Bitcoin Cash differs from Bitcoin. Over time, the number of differences between Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash kept growing as developers working on each network had different goals in mind. The difference between both cryptocurrencies became so big, they are now seen as completely different assets in the community. Difficulty adjustment. One of the main differences between Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash is the difficulty adjustment algorithm added to Bitcoin Cash. Because both networks use the same SHA-256 hashing scheme, Bitcoin miners can move to the Bitcoin Cash network when it becomes more profitable for them to mine on it. This means that given the fluctuation in the market, the computing power between the network can vary widely. The difficult adjustment algorithm ensures that blocks are generated at a stable rate every 10 minutes by either cutting the difficulty in half if they are behind schedule or doubling it if they are ahead of schedule. Block size difference. The main difference is related to the block size of each network. While Bitcoin maintains its 1 megabyte block size with Bitcoin Cash, block size has grown to 32 megabytes. This means that transaction on Bitcoin Cash now cost less than a penny, and it can process as many as 200 transactions per second. Since Bitcoin Cash hasn't been processing enough transaction to fill up its extra block space, the size of the blockchain hasn't grown exponentially, as was predicted. Bitcoin SV, also BSV, a cryptocurrency created through a fork of Bitcoin Cash, is looking to raise its block size to 1 terabyte, and the size of blockchain is now much larger than Bitcoin. Smart contracts and decentralized finance. Bitcoin does not support smart contracts, although work is being done to help build decentralized finance services on top of it, as Square CEO Jack Dorsey revealed. Bitcoin Cash has started using smart contract languages like CashScript to enable more complex functions on it. CashScript aims to bring DeFi to Bitcoin Cash to help it compete with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Some of the tools already developed include Cash Shuffle and Cash Fusion, meant to improve privacy on the network. So, today we learned the main difference between Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash.